7:15 of Clark Guglielmani. Then you'll pick up the C9.
A much better start to the evening for Robbie Sawyer compared to what he had last night. I mean, bad qualifying draw. Heat race didn't go great. Bounced off a couple cars there in lap number 1 of the feature last night. Starts the night with a victory here in heat races. Good job for the 198 of Sawyer. I'm sure he's got a smile on his face under that helmet right now.
That shows you right there what just a few hours can do for you. Turn your luck around just like that for the 198 of the Rebel Rouser, Robbie Sawyer. Had tough luck last night in night number 1. And now he's out here for night number 2. Your IMCA modified heat number 2 lineup will look like this in row number 5 all by himself. From Auburn, California, it's the 37 of Ray Trimble. Outside row number 4 from Vacaville, California, the 22G of Randy Schaefer. Inside of Schaefer from Santa Maria, California, the straight up 3 of Ryan Lauer. Outside row number 3 from Bakersfield, California, it's the outlaw Ricky Childress Jr. Inside of Ricky Childress Jr. from Pahrump, Nevada, it's the 48K of Colin Hibden. Outside row number 2 from Bakersfield, California, the 07 Dex of Troy Morris III. Inside of Dex from Ventura, California, the 21 of Austin Rodarte. Outside row number 1 from right here in Bakersfield, California, it's the Dominator, Brad Pounds. Inside of Pounds, he was hard charging all night long last night on the pole for heat race number 2, the 5L of Cody Laney. Lights are out. We'll get the green flag this time off of turn number 4. Corey, this is going to be a quick heat.
No
Heavy
doubt.
hitters up front. Green flags in the air. We're underway with heat race number 2 for the Pep Boys IMCA Modified.
Hey, when you got a Laney and a Pounds on the front row, that's bad news for everybody behind him. And right now, those guys are running single file down the backstretch into turn number 3. Laney on the throttle. Pounds running second. Cody Laney will lead lap number 1.
Cody Laney, Brad Pounds, and then you'll pick up Dex in the 07 of Troy Morris III. Troy Morris III get big push off of turn number 2. Now here comes the 21 of Austin Rodarte from Ventura, California, trying to make a move on Troy Morris III. He'll get it done off of turn number 4 and take over that number 3 spot.
The 07 of Troy Morris looking very good on the entry. The problem is that 07 car on the exit really gets tight and wants to float up to the top of the racetrack. Meanwhile, up front, here comes Brad Pounds underneath the 5L of Cody Laney. This is a battle for the top spot at a turn 4. Laney trying to hold him off side by side at the stripe. Laney by a bumper that time around. Everybody on the throttle. Look at these guys. It's door to door through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of contact right there. Good job by Laney to keep that car pointed the right direction. Pounds one more time underneath them, showing some color.
It is Laney out front of that Rage chassis. The Razor driven by the 15B of the Dominator, Brad Pounds. Laney gets the advantage off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway he goes. They are going almost side by side into turn number 3. Laney's going to lead him by 2 cars coming off of turn number 4 to the lead lap number 5.
Watching Cody Laney right now, looks like he's already really starting to settle in and get a rhythm, where Pounds is looking just a little bit tight on the entry compared to the 5L, where he's really getting in deep. Right there is just a little bit of where he's got to work that wheel in the 15 to get that car to rotate. Laney's just floating through the turns right now.
Right now, Laney's got that thing hooked up and moving, coming down the back straightaway, leading lap number 6. We'll come to the white flag this time off of turn number 4. So this time off of turn number 4, the white flag's in the air. 4 more corners for the 5L of Cody Laney.
Go ahead, Mike.
Cody Laney driving it hard into turn 2, letting it set up really nice for that drive off. He's going to come through 3 and 4 right through the middle once again, showing everybody why he is one of the front runners tonight. Takes home victory.
Pounds will finish second. The 21.
That's Austin Rodarte.
Yeah, Austin.
Good run.
21.
Good run.
Good run also for the outlaw Ricky the Kid Childress in the 24 machine, driving that Holder's Heating and Air Conditioning number 24 for Roger Holder here tonight. Doing a fantastic job, doing double duties. He'll be driving the 16 IMCA Sport Mod as well, so double duties for the outlaw Ricky Childress.
And on the opposite side of that, yesterday, one of the guys who made the A feature, the number 3 of Ryan Lauer, struggled tonight early. This track, it's one of those ones you can race here every weekend, and it still will bite you.
Well, we're already seeing opposite of what we've talked about here on the traditional weekends, where tonight it is, completely hooked up right now. This is who's got the motor to get this thing around, who can manhandle it. There's a new car we didn't see last night, the 98 of Alex Stanford on the track, and the 28H of Darrell Hughes in action with us tonight.
Yeah, Darrell Hughes the second out here tonight in that beautiful blue and orange car. It's great to see him finally out here on the track for the Budweiser Nationals.
You talk about heavy hitters we didn't talk about last night. They weren't here to talk about, but add those heavy hitters, those names to the heavy hitters, Stanford and Hughes. We've seen both of those guys wicked fast here.
Stanford's been recently one of the top guys out here, constantly in the top 4.
He's a top guy anywhere he unloads. There is no doubt. That 98 car very fast, as well as that 28H of Darrell Hughes on the track right now. Mike, take us through the lineup.
Starting on the inside, row number 1, it's going to be the 28 of Trevor Fitz. On the outside, it's going to be the 22D Ryan Daves. Austin Kiefer in the 3AC, the 6M of Matt Jenner. Nice to see that car put back together after last night, looking like a sailboat out there.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 58 of Devin Reed, the 98 of Alex Stanford, the S25 of Dave Cerrone, and the 28S of Darrell Hughes II.
The 3AC, Austin Kiefer, starting towards the front of the pack. My goodness, he was very good in last night's feature. He was right there in the hunt.
Yeah, that's one of those things that, when you get a pill draw, you're like, oh, where am I going to start? And you think about it, and then the first thing you do is you look, who else is with me?
Who's with me in this heat race? I'd say right now, Kiefer, he's got some company with Stanford and Hughes, and those guys are coming from the back of the pack, though.
That's a different panel on the right side of that 6 machine. It was all blue yesterday. It looks like he used some sheet metal left over from a friend.
Well, there wasn't much sheet metal left to be used to be repaired on that 6 car last night. Jenner had a tough night. Here we go. We're going to tighten things up into turn 3, bumper to bumper, door handle to door handle. Looking for a green flag at a turn 4 this time around. Look at Kiefer trying to sneak to that bottom groove. Hang on. He is not going to throw that flag.
Yeah, looked like Austin was looking early, revved up just a little bit. And, of course, what happens when we miss everybody checks up in the front, and, yeah, it gets bad.
Well, that is a bad break for the 22. It's a flat left rear. Look at Kiefer on the infield, shaking that car down to make sure it's all right after that contact.
Yeah, he's looking to...
Ryan Dave's already having to leave the track to change that left rear tire. Hopefully he can make it back out here in time to at least catch the back of the pack. Start scratch on this field.
Yeah, with the way it's looking right now. Now, Austin, how lucky is this, though?
Hey,
Kiefer gets bumped up one spot on that.
Rather be lucky than good any day. Isn't that right?
Out here, yes. For the Budweiser Nationals, yeah, it's one of those things that I'd rather be lucky than good. And
not sure if they're going to give Dave's the 2-lap. Did we do the 2-lap here at the Bud Nationals? Pull off on something like this, give you 2 laps to change that tire? Okay. Yeah. I think that's what we're waiting on.
Yeah, they give him the courtesy
Gotta
fix
give him
if he went into the hot pits. The problem is, with the heat races, 95% of the teams don't set up in the hot pits because one spin and you're done. So if he went out to the hot pits, he's yelling at his team, go get me a tire, they got to run back to their pits and get one.
Okay, here's your signal. We're going to go green next time by. Austin Kiefer now on the front row with the 28 of Trevor Fitz.
Doesn't have to wiggle around now. He gets to kind of set it. So, blessing in disguise for the 3AC of Austin Kiefer. Ryan Daves on the outside in that 22D machine.
I'm going to take a look at Kiefer's car. It is already on the bars. Look at that left rear. It is up, locked, and loaded, and ready to go. As they make their way at the apex here at turns 3 and 4. Everybody on the throttle. We've got a green flag, Mike.
Yeah, his dad, Levi Kiefer, sets these cars up, and you know Levi very well. That man could wheel a machine at any time out here.
Trevor Fitz had a great start out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Big time push, makes contact with the turn 3 wall. It is Kiefer leading lap number 1 while Fitz fades to the number 4 spot at the flag stand. Darrell Hughes coming from the back of the pack following Alex Stanford. Stanford already moved up to the 3rd spot behind Matt Jenner in the 6th.
Yeah, it looks like Fitz is having some serious handling issues with that. Has to adjust some of the brake bias possibly in that.
Well, you want to talk about someone who's already improved. Look at the 6 car of Jenner. A ton more forward bite in the car, handling pretty well right here in the early stages of heat race number 2. But it is Kiefer up front setting the pace.
Kiefer going up a little higher in turn number 1, trying to stretch that track out just a little bit. And in doing so, Jenner and Stanford both right there with them. All three taking different lines going into turn number 3.
Well, Jenner and Stanford have actually reeled in the 3AC of Kiefer. Kiefer's he just looks like a little loose on the exit of turn 2, and it seems to be where they're making up some time. But you watch him out of turn 4, and the car rolls over on the right rear and really puts the power on the ground. But it's right there. You see that quick little pause out of turn 2, with the 6 and the 98 having just a little more forward bite out of that turn.
Yeah, it looks like he has to set that car a little bit of sawing at the wheel going in right there. Went in a little hard, slid up, and Jenner is right there on that rear quarter looking for the dive spot into 3.
Jenner underneath the 3AC. He has reeled Kiefer. He's going door to door with him as he turns 3 and 4. Kiefer trying to hold him off. Watch Jenner. Jenner drives to the bottom here as they took the white flag. Kiefer trying to hold off a hard charging Matt Jenner. Kiefer with a push out of turn 4. It's not going to be enough to catch him. Kiefer picks up the win. Jenner will run second. Stanford third. Fourth will go to Fitz. Hughes will finish in the number 5 spot. And at the back of the pack in the 25 is Dave Cerrone. Good run for Kiefer, but didn't quite look like he had what he had last night.
Yeah, he looked like he had a solid car, but it still wasn't, perfect for him.
Well, we watched Track Pack. We watched Track Pack, and the track was very, very heavy out there. Did guys have enough time to go out and maybe make a couple changes to the car? Because this is not what we saw here on night number 1.
Well, they didn't have any hot laps either for these guys, so it's all visual
from the hip
right now.
You're shooting from the hip. When you talk about a stacked heat race, take a look at this one, Mike.
Yeah, this one is
this
no
one right
joke.
here. This is looks like the back half of the fast half of a feature.
Inside row number 1, the 02 from Canada, Cody Schulp. And on the outside, the 13 from Bakersfield, Jerry Flippo.
On the inside of row number 2, driving the 44 RX, that is Shane DeVolder. And to his outside on the 41, Danny Lauer.
On the inside, row 3, the 11 XX from Bakersfield, the Sandman, Rob Sanders. And on his outside, the 07X of Troy Morris Jr.
In row number 4, driving the 96, we have Joe Duvall. And to his outside, the number 175 of Ethan Dotson.
And to make it fun for him on the back, starting the number 2, Bobby Hogue the 4th.
My goodness. Green flag out for heat race number
4.
Number 4 for the IMCA Modifieds.
This is scary because you've got like 4 or 5 of the cars that finished in the top 10 last night.
All right here in the same heat race. How would you like to be the guy that drew that pill?
Yeah.
Dotson now sits the number 5 spot, trying to get into the 44 of DeVolder. DeVolder runs 4th. The third place car, Lauer. Second is Schlapp. And the 13 of Jerry Flippo up front, showing the way.
Flippo getting a good run early, able to jump out, get away from everybody. He's doing triple duty tonight. He's running the modified, he's running a hobby stock, and a pro stock tonight.
We watched Jerry Flippo at Southern Oregon Speedway earlier this year, and he was on a hooked-up track, and he was absolutely flying like he is now on the same track conditions. Flippo has got it dialed in, actually pulling away from the field. A half a straightaway advantage over the 41 of Lauer, while Lauer, Schulp, and the 175 of Dotson are 3 wide through turns 1 and 2.
Ethan Dotson having to start back towards the back, working his way up in that machine, trying to get to the inside of Schulp. He's right there showing a little bit of color as he goes into turn 3 to the inside, sets that car on the right rear, trying to drive off, but Schulp just has the line.
I'll tell you right now, the man making a statement to all the modifieds here right now is Jerry Flippo. He is that lead stretching out lap after lap, the gap between him and Lauer getting bigger and bigger. 2 laps to go as he crosses the start-finish line. Lauer all by himself in second. Now Dotson clears the 2 of Schulp into number 1. He's riding the high side, rolled over on the right rear. A lot of forward drive in the 175. He's not going to have enough time to catch Lauer, let alone Flippo, as the white flag comes out this time around.
Jerry Flippo leading the way. Danny Lauer in second. Both those guys had a tough time on night number 1. It's nice to see them be able to recover and rebound early in night number 2.
Everybody's single file right now out of turn 4. Flippo picks up the win. Lauer will run second. Dotson, DeVolder, and Schoep rounds out the top 5.
Then you've got 6th place is going to be that 11 XX of Rob Sanders. Bobby Hogue not doing